Today we are talking about Saudi Arabia's ambitious Neom project, which promises to be ready by 2045. Is it really possible? What are the benefits and disadvantages of this design? And what impact will such a mega project have on the rest of the world? Welcome to Trends in the World, your go-to channel for the latest and most intriguing developments happening around the globe. Make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Whenever Saudi Arabia is mentioned, two things come to mind: desert and oil. Although it is true that most of the country is surrounded by deserts, a typical desert climate is also seen in Saudi Arabia, where the temperature can reach up to 45 degrees Celsius during the day and gets very cold at night. But apart from this, Saudi Arabia is a very diverse country geographically. Here you will find savannas, mountains and volcanic fields too. In fact, there are more than 2,000 dormant volcanoes in Saudi Arabia, and many of them are active volcanoes. Economically, Saudi Arabia is the largest economy in the Middle East and the 18th largest in the world. But it is true that this economy is mostly dependent on oil. Their major export is petroleum, and Saudi Arabia is the world's largest exporter of petroleum. But because of the entire world wants to end its dependence on oil, Saudi Arabia is very interested in diversifying its economy, like many other countries in the region such as the United Arab Emirates, which tried a lot to end their dependence on oil. This is the reason why Dubai has made such a big tourism hub. Similarly, Saudi Arabia has introduced its plan, Saudi Vision 2030. Its aim is to develop the country in other aspects like health, education, infrastructure, tourism, and non-oil exports. One part of this Saudi Vision 2030 plan is to build the Neom smart city. Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman dedicated a large part of the country towards the development of this Neom smart city. Neom is not a single smart city. In fact, this name should be used for a region. There will be many cities, resorts, and other developments in this region. In total, the area of Neom will be around 26,500 km square. And its location will be somewhere here in the northwestern part of Saudi Arabia, in the north of the Red Sea. There is a geographical reason behind choosing this area. The climate here is comparatively moderate. In Saudi Arabia, the climate in the middle of the desert is hotter. Here it will be near the Red Sea. The word Neom is very interesting in itself. It is made up of Neo plus M. Neo is a prefix that comes from ancient Greek. It basically means new, and M here represents two things. One is the name of the prince himself, Muhammad bin Salman. So M comes from Muhammad, and the second is an Arabic word mustaqbil. The first letter of this is also M, and this word means future. They want to make an ideal city that shows us a new future. According to the developers, Neom will have 10 different projects which are called 10 different regions. The details of 4 of these 10 regions have already been announced. The first is the Octagon.
140,000 construction workers on site.
An octagon-shaped floating port. It will be the next generation industrial center of Neom. The second is Trojana, which is the first major outdoor skiing destination of Arabian Peninsula. It is planned to be inaugurated in 2026, in 3 years from now. Not only that, this area has already won the bid to host Asian Winter Games in 2029. This will be located on one of the highest mountain ranges in Saudi Arabia, where the temperature actually goes down to 0 degrees Celsius in winter. But still, it is said that the snow used here will be artificial, because naturally it does not snow that much here. Third is Sindhala, a luxury resort complex located outside the city coast. Around 2,400 people can be hosted here. This will be a luxury island spread over 840,000 meters square, with a lot of things to do. Then comes our fourth and most unbelievable project, the line. The line was announced on 10th January 2021, and a lot of people had doubts about whether or not it would be built. But at this point in time, its construction has already started, even though there are considerable doubts about whether technologies to make it happen exist or not. The most important thing about this project is its design. A 170-kilometer long line, this whole city will be situated between two 500-meter tall skyscrapers. These buildings will be linear and placed parallelly in line with each other and will have mirrors on the external side. The idea in itself is now new. Similar ideas were proposed in the 1800s and mid-1900s, although no one had the resources or the money to implement this idea. This city is an example of a concept of the 1960s, which is called arcology. Arcology is made up of the words architecture and ecology. This is a field where architecture is used in such a way that we can build densely populated areas in cities in the most efficient way. A city that can cause the least damage to its surrounding environment. This is the reason behind the concept of the line. Why should we build this city in a line? So that the surrounding natural landscape has to bear the least bit of damage. Some real-life examples inspired by the principles of arcology are the research stations in Antarctica. Such research stations where thousands of people can live and work. The line project will also try to do the same. Because its width will be only 200 meters, its area is only 34 kilometers square. And according to its developers, 9 million people will live here. The population of New York City living in 1/20th the size of the area of New York City. So overall footprint becomes very small. Multiple layers have been planned inside this city when looking at it vertically. Imagine a city stretching 170 kilometers long, just 200 meters wide, designed to house 9 million people within a footprint smaller than New York City's. Welcome to Neom's The Line, where vertical living is revolutionized through the concept called zero-gravity urbanism, allowing movement in 3 dimensions, up, down, and sideways. Developers claim the line will be powered by 100% renewable energy resources, solar, wind, and hydrogen. With no roads or cars, residents will enjoy walkable neighborhoods and green spaces all within a 5-minute walk from daily needs. The strategic location near the Red Sea positions Neom as a potential trade hub. However, this ambitious project faces significant challenges. The estimated cost could reach $1 trillion, heavily reliant on Saudi Arabia's sovereign wealth fund, which fluctuates with oil prices. Experts predict it may even exceed $1.5 trillion, prompting the need to external investors. Logistically, constructing 2 500-meter tall skyscrapers in straight line poses serious challenges. Accommodating 9 million residents while maintaining sustainability raises questions about resource management, particularly regarding energy consumption for air conditioning in extreme heat. Critics argue that Neom may represent unattainable ideals, echoing the fate of other unfinished mega projects in Saudi Arabia. Whether the line becomes the reality or not, it has already sparked vital discussions about the future of urban living and sustainability. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. See you next time. Till then, stay curious, stay informed.